Hey friends, Ginny D here to teach you how I made the skirt for my Jester cosplay from Critical Role. Just a note, there are a lot of different ways to interpret the layers of this costume. I chose to create the skirt and blouse separately and to create the skirt as a single garment with inset panels, so that's what I'm going to demonstrate in this video. First, you'll need to collect materials. The main fabric you'll need is the dark blue, which will make up the body of the skirt. How much you need will depend on your size. My skirt is a full circle skirt, so based on my measurements, I need just under 2 yards of 60-inch wide fabric. I'll link a circle skirt calculator in the description to help. You also need whatever fabrics you're going to use for the pink and white inset panels. I wanted to be really extra, so I dip-dyed an eyelet lace and then overlaid an illusion lace. For a tutorial on dip dye and lace overlay, check out the link in the cards. You'll also need a zipper, some hook and eyes, and some interfacing for the waistband if you want to be really pro about it. And of course the basics, a sewing machine, matching thread, pins, an iron, and scissors. To start, we'll prepare the insets. They should be as long as your skirt's going to be, so in my case, 23 inches. You can make them as wide as you like, mine are 10 inches. Any dyeing, embroidering, or appliquing should happen before you put the skirt together. If you're layering multiple fabrics like I am, baste them together all around the edges. Now, gather the top edge of the inset. I did this by setting my machine stitch to maximum length, sewing across the top of the panel, and then pulling on just one of the threads. Gather all 4 of your panels this way. Just FYI, if you don't want this much volume up near the waistband, you can cut your inset panels to be triangles instead of rectangles. Next, grab your dark blue fabric. Circle skirts are pretty easy. Fold your fabric in half lengthwise and then in half widthwise so that anything you cut into the corner gets repeated 4 times, like cutting a snowflake out of folded paper. First, measure the waist radius that the circle skirt calculator gave you. I like to get a smooth, curved line by tying a string around a chalk pencil, marking my measurement on the string, anchoring the string at the corner, and then using that to guide my drawing. Do the same thing with the skirt length, making sure to add your waist radius to your skirt length measurement. You should now have basically a giant donut, which is very fitting. Go ahead and cut on all 4 fold lines so that your skirt is in 4 identical pieces. We'll be inserting a white and pink panel in between each of those pieces. Hem all 4 skirt pieces however best suits your fabric. I ironed in a double fold hem, pinned it, and stitched it down. If your inset panels need to be hemmed, do that now too. Cut one of the 4 dark blue panels right down the middle. This is where we'll insert the zipper. I'm not going to include a full zipper installation tutorial here because there are plenty of those out there, but I will link to a good one in the cards. Now we'll piece together all the blue and white panels. Right sides together, pin all the panels together in alternating order. Stitch all of those seams. If your fabric frays, you may also want to finish those seams on the inside with a zigzag stitch. It's starting to look like a skirt now. All that's left is the waistband. To create this piece, cut a rectangle that's as long as your waist measurement, plus an inch or so for seam allowance. The width is up to you, but it should be double the thickness that you want your waistband to be, plus a seam allowance. I wanted an 1.5 inch thick waistband, so I cut a 4-inch wide rectangle. Then, cut the same size strip from iron-on interfacing. This will make the waistband sturdier and help it lay flat. Iron the interfacing to your waistband. Then, fold all the edges under and press. Finally, fold the entire waistband in half and press. This should leave you with a long strip where all the raw edges are folded inside. Sandwich the skirt in between the halves of your waistband and pin. You may need to adjust the spacing and gathering of the white panels to make sure the skirt fits the length of your waistband properly. When you have it all in place, simply top stitch the length of the waistband. Using this method, you should be able to sew the entire waistband with a single seam. Almost done. Now we just need to add the hook and eyes to the waistband to finish it off. A snap could also work here if you make your waistband a little longer so that there's overlap. That's it! You've finished making a pretty cute skirt for a little blue tiefling. Let me know if you have any questions and make sure to subscribe because I have more Jester costume tutorials on the way.